Recently, we've heard rumors that Marvel Studios is looking to adapt the character of the Submariner Namor, the Prince of Atlantis, not Aquaman. Marvel's Namor, that guy, you know him, you love him, he's a dick, you think he's cool. Namor the Submariner, Marvel is looking to adapt him into a live-action version. I've heard rumors about television, heard rumors about a movie. There's some licensing problems because I think Universal still partially owns some of the rights to Namor, much like they do with Hulk, but Hulk can be in all the Avengers movies. You know, that kind of thing. They have those kind of issues with Namor. If they're looking to adapt Namor, that's really cool. So I thought today we'd look at some actors I would like to see play Namor. Again, I just want to say, none of this is confirmed. We don't know if Namor is even going to happen. I just want to look at some actors I think would be really good for the role. So first on my list is the actor that played Spock in the Abrams Star Trek movies, and that is Zachary Quinto. If you go to anybody's fan casting, right away, they have Zachary Quinto on their list for this guy. Namor looks a lot like Spock. Spock looks like a nerdy Namor. Zachary Quinto looks like Spock. So if we give him in this role, it makes sense. He's a really well-rounded actor. He can really portray this character well. If you've seen Heroes, that TV show was out a while back. It was alright. But the character of Sylar, he plays Sylar. Sylar's kind of this like evil guy, this kind of dick. And Zachary Quinto did a really good job portraying that character. Namor's not the nicest guy, he's kind of an asshole, and I can see Zachary Quinto pulling off that role really well. He's got this smugness to him, he's got this logicness to him. Yeah, again, he's like Spock. Namor's like a douchebag Spock, pretty much. And I think Zachary Quinto would be perfect to see in that kind of role, this versatile grittiness to him, something we haven't seen from him. Giving Zachary Quinto this opportunity. Of course, Namor won't be for a while yet, so yeah, we can still, cast Zachary Quinto. We'll wait till Abrams Star Treks are done. That kind of stuff. Second on my list, I have Donnie Yen. I've heard people say they'd like to see an Asian American actor play Namor. I'm all for that. I'd love to see that. And Donnie Yen, we just seen him in Rogue One, a Star Wars story, of Chirrut Imwe, and he did really well. He's great with action. He's got this intimidating presence to him where I can see him commanding a whole army of Atlantis, all that stuff. I can see him being this tough, gritty guy, and just seeing Donnie Yen have a big role like this. I mean, sure, Rogue One was a big role, but if you haven't seen Rogue One, spoiler alert, Chirrut dies, and just seeing Donnie Yen have this huge role, coming in, doing something bigger than he did in Star Wars, and going further, being this character for a while. He's an older guy, he can, really make Namor this intimidating presence I'd love to see. Next up, another actor sticking to the Asian American category, I have Byung-hun Lee. I do not know if that is how you pronounce his name. If you've seen G.I. Joe, this guy played Storm Shadow. He was in the new Magnificent Seven movie. He is in Terminator Genesis, if you haven't seen any of those, because not many of them are good. This actor, he looks intimidating, he looks fierce, he looks tough, sharp, jagged, scary, and he's a quiet type. He looks like he'd be silent and scary to be in a room with. Something about him just seems intimidating, tough, and fierce. The actor is really quiet, and he could bring a different level to Namor that we haven't really seen in any of the Marvel heroes. Maybe besides Black Panther, I could see Chadwick Boseman having this layer of quietness and elegance to him. Something like I can see Namor having. And if Byung-hun Lee, again, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this actor's name right, he can really pull that off. He looks tough, he's got this sleekness to him, and he looks sharp, he looks scary. I'd love to see him have this role. He needs a big role like this. His last movies, they haven't really worked for him. They weren't the best received movies, and if we can have him as Namor, I think that would really make him an interesting choice, really make him a good actor, really justify him being in those other movies. So I'd love to see that. And then just sticking to the Asian American thing again, Daniel Wu, if you haven't seen Into the Badlands, this is the main actor, Sonny, in that show. He is incredible, he looks fierce, a lot like Donnie Yen, a little younger, he's got this thing to him, he can pull off the action well, he can command, he looks tough, and I think Daniel Wu would be really good in this role. I'm not going to say he'd be better than these other choices, I think he's just up there with them. I would like to see other people more, but Daniel Wu is a really good choice. I'd love to see him do something like this, have this big opportunity, and go watch Into the Badlands if you haven't. Into the Badlands is dope, highly recommend it. So here's an oddball choice. I don't think anybody else would have this guy on their list. And my choice is Jamie Dornan. Yep, that guy from 50 Shades. The 50 Shades guy. That guy. Why him? I think he looks like... I haven't seen all the 50 Shades. I've seen part of the first one. But there's something about that guy. It's like, yeah, I believe that Namor could be like this. Maybe not like the player type, but this like kind of quiet, stocky, weird guy. Because he's got this weird thing with Susan Storm. I don't know. So that's why I have Jamie Dornan on my list. And so another guy I have on here, you've probably seen him if you watched the CW Supergirl. He was in the first couple episodes of Season 2. He plays Superman. You've seen him on Everybody Wants Him. That is Tyler Hatchling. This guy's younger than anybody else I have on this list, I will say that. But if you look at how he looks, the way he is, his presence, his physical well-being, he's got the shape, he's got the stature of the guy of Namor, and I think he could really pull it off. He's got this look of Namor. Something I really wanted to get when I was looking at these people I'd cast is something that, do they have the look? Do they have the appeal? Could they pull off this prowess, this character, this strength, this part of them that Namor is? And we haven't seen a lot of Tyler Hatchling. He's like in his late 20s, but I think if we really gave him the chance here, this would be a good way for him to shine, build up a career, have a good role, go into his own, see him grow from the prince into the king, have this really nice role that we could just see grow, be really fun, exciting, really unique and intriguing. And Tyler Hatchling looks the part, got the body, he's already Superman, so now let's make him the Prince of Atlantis. So also on my list, I have an actor who we've seen him around before. He's done a lot of stuff, but I really think besides The Hobbit, he needs this big franchise like this because he's a really good actor. They tried to launch a franchise with him with Dracula Untold. It didn't work out, and that is Luke Evans. Luke Evans is somebody who has a really commanding presence. Every time he's on screen, you know it's him. You know who he is. He's got a distinct look, got a distinct thing about him. He's got this unique flavor, unique look. Everything about him is so distinct and different. And I really think if he nails the role of Gaston coming up in Beauty and the Beast in, what is it, like a month now? Man, that's so close. But if he really nails Gaston in that, that's pretty close to Namor, this kind of arrogant guy again. And I just think Luke Evans could really pull something off like this. He's got this way about him, a look, everything we need in a character. I really think he could do it. And more than anything, I think Luke Evans is the right age for a role like this. Somebody that we can see going up against Benedict Cumberbatch and Tony Stark, who is it? Robert Downey Jr. was him, and whoever they're going to cast as Black Bolt. This one guy that can take that place, go in those footprints. Luke Evans is a good way to add that in there. It'd be really fun to see him and the Illuminati of those guys. Much like what I did with my Indiana Jones casting, I like to add in some female characters. And I was thinking a lot about what's a strong female presence we could see in the Marvel Universe that we haven't seen. We got a lot. Marvel's really good at getting their female characters out. Come on, Captain Marvel, we need this movie. So I was thinking of a character and an actress who could play Namor. That's a female, because if I ever do these, I like adding in the other gender. And I got one idea in my head, and I'm going to say that now, and that is Lena Headey from Game of Thrones, Cersei Lannister, Cersei Baratheon. She has a commanding presence, something that Namor needs, and I've said that for a lot of these other guys. You need a commanding presence for Namor, something strong, fierce, rugged, and she's a fierce woman. She could really pull it off. She's got that cocky arrogance behind her, something like that. She looks the part of a female version of some of these actors, and I really think if we could have a female character like Namor, we could get Lena Headey in there. She'd be incredible. She'd nail it out of the park, and she's just really present on screen and be so exciting to see, so interesting. And if we got Namor as a queen, that would be really cool to see. Maybe she could play Namor's cousin, but I'd like to see her as the mainstay character. Really cool to see. Alright, that's my list. If you guys got opinions or ideas of who you'd like to see play Namor or an idea of what the story goes, let me know. Let's see where we can get this going. So until next time, good luck, and thanks for watching. Good luck. Repeat, good luck. 3 times now. Good luck.